Well, to our audience, Celeb Secrets, we are here with Fortune Feimster and Dulce Sloan talking about their upcoming movie, Chick Fight, out November 13th.
Yeah!
Yay!
So women obviously historically have been underrepresented in film, oftentimes being put in gender roles that perpetuate the issue of gender stereotyping. So my question to both of you is, how important and exciting is it to be part of a film that disassembles those sorts of stereotypes and breaks open these bounds that women have been kept in for a long time on screen?
I mean, well, for me as a comedian, I've always, tried not to put myself in a box as far as like, oh, this is what women do, this is what men do, and I've just like approached it as like, what's funny, what's interesting to me. And so I love the idea of this film being this sort of female fight club, and seeing all these women kick butt and do things that, quote unquote only men do. Like, now you're seeing women do it. Right. And the hope is that, you see more films like this where it's not like, oh, that's a woman film and that's a man film, but it's like we're all kind of just making a film and we're getting to do things that isn't, in a box, like black and white, like this is this thing and that's this thing. And yeah, so I felt like we, really did that in the movie and made this really, action-packed film, but with heart and fun. What do you think, Dulce?
Yeah.
I think for me, I was glad to see a comedy with women that wasn't a rom-com.
Right.
And I'm glad to see that, even though sometimes when you watch films with a lot of women, they're like, it's not a rom-com, and then you start watching it and you're like, man, this is a rom-com. I got tricked.
Yeah.
And I think what I really love about this movie is that all the women in the film, all the characters are fully actualized characters. They're three-dimensional characters, well-rounded. And I love that our main character, Anna Mullen's character, her motivation was not to get a man, but was to change her own life and to be happy in her circumstances and to, take control of her life when she thought it was spinning out of control.
And another question I have were the women casted in the film, did they already know how to fight, or did you guys have like training sessions? Because some of those moves, like the girl with the librarian when she's like jumping off of the walls, like what was that process like?
Well, that particular woman is an actual stunt coordinator, a stunt woman. So she, so luckily they cast her as a part in the film as well. They were very smart to do so.
Yeah.
But for us, they had us submit a video of us fighting. They were like, well, do you guys know how to fight? I'm like, I took one boxing class, and they were like, oh, okay, show us the video. So I, submitted some video fighting like this, and they're like, all right, you're gonna be the referee. But that once we got on set, we had like private sessions with our stunt coordinator Shauna, and she taught us. She made up routines for us that would work for us, that we basically had to memorize and practice with the other stunt woman.
Okay, so when you were initially told that you were going to, like, when you were auditioning for this film, did you know that it was a movie about a female fight club? Or was it kind of blind and then you were told at the end, oh, this is a female fight club? And if so, what were your initial reactions?
When I got the information for the audition, Ash Christian, one of the producers who's passed away, he reached out to my management and, it's like, we're really interested in her doing this. We can send you a script. And so I got the full script. So I saw, and they're like, we want to know if she's interested. And I read the full script and I was like, I really like this. I'm really interested in it. I loved Charleen's character. I loved seeing how the film was written. So, I knew day one that I was going to have to fight somebody.
Yeah.
So, by the time we got to, Puerto Rico in January, this is how I usually have my nails. These are my nails.
Yeah.
I had to get my nails cut down. Which was just like, and my friend was like, you're fine. You're doing a movie with us. But I grew them back. So it was the process of, and I also had to do the video. They're like, all right, we're going to teach you how to fight.
Yeah.
We want to know what your body does. And so Shauna asked for just a video just to see how we moved. So when I got down there, we filmed for a few days, and it's like, all right, here's your fight choreography. And me and Nicole Payon will have my biggest fight scene with. Once I learned my choreography and she learned hers, it was just us. Anytime we weren't shooting, it was me and her just rehearsing and practicing and, just learning, just making it try. So it was second nature. So when they said action, we could focus on the lines and focus on each other. So it was just ingrained in our bodies.
Sure, that is so badass. That's so badass. And being comedians, I'm curious, when you get a script, like obviously both phenomenal actors, actresses, and comedians, like,
thank you.
What is it? How do you apply your own like comedic taste to a script that is handed to you? Like you said, you got the script because clearly I've seen you guys in different roles, and I've watched your stand-up. You have a coherent form of comedy, in my opinion. So I'm just curious about that.
I mean, in my experience with a lot of the TV and movie roles that I've done, at this point, because I'm a stand-up and I've been lucky in that the people that hire me usually know that I was a professional writer, I was a journalist for 7 years before I wrote on Chelsea Lately for 4 years. And then I've sold a lot of movies and TV shows. And so usually they are pretty good about trusting me to fill in gaps with dialogue. And so I've been lucky that people just are like, here's the script, but also what do you got? Right. And I really love that, because you're kind of getting to be a writer unofficially as you act. But I think it helps make whatever character you're playing more authentic to you. Because, at the end of the day, I'm playing a certain type of character. I'm not Meryl Streep. I'm not disappearing into a role. It's me. So they allow me to be me and bring that to the character, which I like.
And for me, I have a theater background. So I've been acting and singing since I was like 10. So I was acting way before I started doing stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for me, the change was I was accustomed to building a character that wasn't me. And now that I've become a comic, they're wanting to see more of me. So it's me going, all right, but that's not okay, I have an $85,000 theater degree, but cool. So for me, it's been kind of relearning kind of what my role is as an actor, because you're not asking me to disappear.
Right.
You're asking me to bring the comic that you like to see and bring more of myself to a character. So I've, like, in the roles I've done in the past couple of years, it's, kind of just recalibrating theater brain, actor brain to, be the type of character that people are looking for.